The views and opinions expressed on Speaking My Mind are solely those of the host and are intended for commentary and discussion purposes. This content is not presented as fact, but as personal perspective. This commentary is protected by the First Amendment.
My name is LV, and I'm speaking my mind. Well, here we go again. Another primetime presidential address, another trip down the same rabbit hole America has been hearing about for nearly 6 years. On Thursday, July 16th, President Donald Trump once again centered his speech on the 2020 election security, and claims that foreign actors, particularly China, had influence over the election. He also criticized major news organizations, including ABC and NBC, after they chose not to air his speech live on their broadcast networks, instead streaming it online or covering it afterward. Now, let's hand out this report card from Thursday night. Presentation? I'll give him a C. He stayed on message, but it was a message Americans have heard over and over again. Fraud that changed the outcome of the election. Potential political backfire? First, making a presidential address primarily about a 6-year-old election may raise questions among voters who are more concerned with current issues like the economy, inflation, healthcare, immigration, or foreign affairs. Second, criticizing networks for choosing not to carry the speech could energize supporters who distrust the media. But it may also renew debate about whether broadcasters should air live speeches that include disputed claims. The networks say they would still stream their remarks and provide coverage, just not interrupt their regular programming. Third, if the administration intends to pursue new investigations based on that night's allegations, those claims will likely face intense scrutiny from Congress, election officials, journalists, and the courts. Whether new evidence emerges will determine how those claims are ultimately judged. So, what's the final grade? On my own tongue-in-cheek A through Z scale, tonight I'm giving his speech a Z minus minus. Not because it lacked energy, it didn't. Not because it lacked confidence, it certainly didn't. But because for many Americans, it revisited familiar arguments instead of offering new, independently verifiable information or addressing the challenges people are dealing with today. Whether you support President Trump or oppose him, one thing is certain. This speech will fuel another round of political debate, fact-checking, and partisan arguments. And that means America's political conversation is far from over. My name is LV. And that is the Trump Report Card. And I have spoken my mind.